Hey, tell us something about you.
My name is Santa and I'm fabulous. I'm fabulous.
Got back a little bit, now we party, fuck me tough, do ragged tunes, kinda hard to get a job, back out on the block, charge back to the game. Young girl, she grew up in a rush, ain't bad, no doubt, she don't know who to trust, every man she ever loved, only want to trust, charge back to the game. But it's all good, shots get up, the top shut down the line. Jeans like love, no smoke out of the church. We got love, we all start don't go. So it's things I surrender, switch your lanes. Spend it all I go and call me babe. Make our kids a funny day. Don't hate on us, we're fabulous. Prepaid service on local calls. Little tons of things up at the mall. Rock home, that's how we roll. Don't hate on us, we're fabulous. They met, he said how she was a dime, so naive that she believed every single line. 17 first time slipped up, about to have a child. Charge back to the game. Was just us and my single parent home. She did the best she could, did it all alone. And a man, but he won't raise a child that's not his own. Oh no, oh no, but it's all great. Hey baby, shots get popped, the cops shut down the party. Jeans sag low, no smoke out of the churches. We got love, we all stars don't go. Switch your lanes, spin it all over, call me babes. Make our kids and funny days. Don't hate on us, we're fabulous. Prepaid service on local calls. Little tons of things up out the mall. Rocky cold taste, that's how we roll. Don't hate on us, we're fabulous. We're all that we got. And no matter ever, together, we're so. We all we got, it might give up, but it's alright. Cause you and auntie, what is all we need to get our heartbeat, S-P-E-C-T, and then G-I-E-D-U-P, and keep your H-E-V-D, U-P, and then G-I-E-D-U-P, and keep your H-E-V-D, U-P, and then G-I-E-D-U-P, and keep your H-E-V-D, U-P, and then G-I-E-D-U-P, and keep your H-E-V-D-U-P, and then G-I-E-D-U-P, and keep your H-E-V-D-U-P, and then G-I-E-D-U-P, and keep your
What's up, wonderful Black Watch Fire family. Welcome to the Express Show live on the Black Watch Fire Network. We hope that you're doing well on yet another wonderful Monday, being the 14th day of June, the year 2020. How are you doing? I hope that you have had a wonderful weekend. My name is Spikes, alongside my co-host Joby.
Karibuni sana to the Express Show. We hope that you're doing okay this wonderful morning, and of course, hoping that you had a wonderful weekend. This is the Express Show. Please do remember to interact with us. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram at the Blackout Fire Network. And tell us where you're streaming in from, because today the show is about to get lit, and we have nothing but positive vibes aligned for you.
Yeah, now of course, talking about positive vibes, we did play you a little bit over some music by Zahem right there. The name of that particular one is actually Never Give Up, I do believe, and of course it's actually known as a Fabulous, not Never Give Up. I almost got to confuse myself, but it has some wonderful kind of a motivational message, because some people might give up along the way, but you have actually come so far to give up at this particular point. You know, we started off the year on a kind of a low vibe, because of the COVID pandemic. But as it is right now, I think some people are gradually getting to lift themselves up or elevate themselves up from that particular kind of a situation, and that is why we are also right here on the Expression to get to give you some wonderful positive vibes on the broadcast for today. We shall be getting to discuss entertainment matters. We shall also be getting to share with you some African words of wisdom, because at the end of the day, it's all about also sharing information, also sharing knowledge. And we want to share with you some interesting African proverbs. And of course, one of the proverbs actually reads, "Only a fool tests the depth of the river with both feet." When you're trying to get yourself in an investment, and for example, people have seen cryptocurrency, and they are told, you get some messages or you get some emails on your email. You told, oh, there's this opportunity, get yourself to engage or invest in cryptocurrency, and you put, you get rid, you take all your money from your bank. And all your savings, maybe perhaps, or even maybe about over half of your savings, and put them on this new thing that you have had, which is a cryptocurrency. And then maybe at the end of 2 months, your money is also nowhere to be seen. Maybe perhaps they had lured you by giving you a little bit of some money, then telling you to add some more, because that is what especially those people do on the internet. They lure you, you put in some more money, they sort of show you like it's working, like the same kind of a thing with the pyramid scheme. I don't know if you've heard about the situation with pyramid scheme.
No.
You have not about this pyramid scheme that where people are putting in money. You're told if you put in 20,000, you will be getting about maybe double. You're getting 40,000. That was some years back. There was a time when there was a pyramid scheme some years back. But I would like to add this African word of wisdom. Only a fool gets to test the depth of the river with both feet. Please look at where you're putting in investing in something. So it's very, very much important that you get to follow that particular kind of an advice. And also, there is also something which is, another words of wisdom from the African, we call them the Wahangers, which is the South Africa, the Swahili word for those wise men. They do say the best way to eat an elephant on your path is to cut him up into pieces. If you're trying to eat up an elephant on your path, you cannot eat the whole lot. You cannot eat the whole elephant. The only way would have to cut them up into small bits, and you will be eating them from your path. And those, I do believe, are some wonderful words of wisdom. Even as we start off the week, I do not know what you had purpose to achieve by the time we're getting the 14th of June. But one thing I do know is that if you don't have a plan, then any plan works, which is a problem which happens with most people. You want to just move along, you just want to go with the vibe, and that is a wonderful, that is a disastrous kind of a living, because any kind of a way will lead you there. You do not have a kind of a direction. At the end of the day, you just go into the vibe, what comes up. But I want to urge this, all of us right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, please make sure you're moving with a plan. You're making strategy for which you can actually move with. We are continuing with the vibes. We shall be playing a little bit of some wonderful music, and of course this is some music all the way from Nigeria. The name of the next jam is actually Inhale. We have had an interview with this wonderful artist. He goes by the name Lex Wolf, and he has been doing wonderful stuff musically. And when we get back, we shall also be introducing our guest who is with us in the studio. She shall be getting to tell us a little bit about herself. But before then, we get back into a little bit of the music. And like I said, we shall be letting you know what's good even with the entertainment industry, because there has been so much happening over that particular weekend. Normally, any weekend, there is always something happening, either on the party scene, either on different sectors. We shall begin to discuss all those right here after this short music break. This is Inhale by the one and only Lex the Wolf on the Express Show with the Black Hot Fire.
Don't light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm gonna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. Find over magic. You can be anything you dream. That's when the spirit's come on, you take them and you learn. And you can fly high and land above the stars. I remember like asked me, you want to be a star. You think you got only got to go far. Many men that come and many men that fall. So what you got that's different, who do you think you are? I told him I'm strong, I told him I was blessed. I told him that old man I'm born already star. I told him it's a test, I told him it was set. I told him we got all we need to go far. The pain on our chest, I feel like heavy stress. But maybe that's the push we need to go far. It's a marathon, not to race that we are racing. We don't know we need to win, now we relate it. I'm on a roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm on a roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm on a roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm on a roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the bad. I'm on a where you like that, 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 where you like that. The love you get, it's because of the love you take. The love you live, the part of the I can see. The love you get, it's because of the love you
And we are back with the expression right here on the Blackwood Financial. We want to appreciate every one of us that has been supporting the Blackwood Financial can also be in part and parcel of this particular show, because we are all about giving a platform for people to come and also express themselves and also, you know, get to give a spotlight on talent across this beautiful country of ours. We also sometimes also get to go into South Africa. On Thursday, we shall be having a guest from South Africa. He is a rapper, a hip hop artist. He goes by the name Tara's Hat. And today also we are delighted to have with us in the studio a guest. She goes by the name Sheilah. Karibu sana.
Asante.
We are glad to have you here. Karibu sana. I know maybe in ngumu sana sometimes kujaribu kupigana na traffic, you know, kufika studio.
Yeah, I know, man.
But thank you so much for joining us here. How would you really like to introduce yourself? Let's just get straight into it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So my name is Sheilah Wamboi.
Yeah.
I'm a model,
Yeah.
a dancer, napenda fashion.
Yeah.
Nimetoka tu Nairobi tu.
Nairobi mtaa, Kanairo, wanaitanga Kanairo. Kanairo ndio mtaa. And of course, talking about talent, multiple talents, she has many talents. And let me ask you something. You discover any passion yako ya modeling na pia ya passion ya dance?
For dance.
Yeah.
Okay, funny thing,
Yeah.
we discover like, okay, story na dance.
Yeah.
I was, I guess, in class 3.
Class 3, that's way too young, yeah?
At church.
Yeah.
So like, hapa niko nilijua I can dance. Actually ilikujanga tu.
Uliingia group ya dance ama ulikuwa unafanya solo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So ilikujanga tu. You know, like unapata na mabishi and they were like, you know what? You are a good dancer. Mbona unajua dance? And I'm like, I'm just trying to do nini. So boom. Nikajipata, you know.
Uko kwa crew ya dance.
So are there any groups that you've tried, you know, creating content maybe any groups that you may try to engage nazo currently that you know they make motivate maybe in any way, you know, when it comes to the dancing?
The dancing talent.
Okay, let me see. For now, no. But when I was in high school, I used to go for
the auditions.
When I danced to my birthday. Mna form took a group. Mna dance, maybe mnaitwa kashow, mnaenda something like that.
And kuna ile show, what was the name of this dancer? Sakata. Did you have any of your favorite groups on Sakata? Ama ulikuwa unaona niwezi ni wadogo wangu?
siwezi kumbuka because my mom yule mtu like TV no soma like tulikuwa na schedule like saa mbili ikifika bed you're done enda bed enda ulale so like okay yes ungeenda shule usikie mabisho nakwambia unaochi show sijui nini and I'm like no mama na kazi ya life so like siwezi kumbuka nini
you wasn't because at the end of the day pia siku hizi ni kama talent shows zimekuwa ziko less kiasi but I do believe there was a likes of the FBI dancers kuna ambao walikuwa wanafanya kazi kule the FBI dancers na kutetemesha kabisa I think I believe that perhaps it's the most known and they have been doing their stuff Nini
you should know these things. You know when you venture into something like dancing and you have
nani ndio top nani ndio king kwa mtaa and of course the dance show the Sakare dance show of course was a show that was hosted I believe on Citizen and they were doing it for a very very long time but right now I think since the COVID came up it may affect your engagement in arts in terms of modeling and dance when the COVID will come it will affect in any way in terms of when you want to engage kwa hizo vitu
like okay tungeenda like shoot za usiku and to stuff sai ni ngumu
difficult
it's difficult then unajua history ya corona na nini wase most wali job wali nini job so unapata artist hana do juu maybe ategemea music pekee na something else so unapata hana do so it's like you know what gonna shoot then pesa yenye nakwambia it's not worth
hata kufika na kufanya shopping ya hiyo vitu zenye zinahitajika kwa nini props haiwezi
exactly so now it's not worth and you're like no hata itanilipia tu fare pekee haiwezi hata nibaya some like makeup si model we need a makeup kit and all those stuff so unapata like no it may affect by the way
when nilikuwa naona like there have been some people who have been reaching out to the government I think there was a meeting that was set up by some people trying to see how the people in the creative sector wanaweza saidika because at the end of the day you are in the creative sector you do not have any shows there are not any companies endorsing your art or you can endorse this but there is no the collaborative or partnership or marketing partnership by many brands there is not that particular kind of an engagement and therefore I think the Kenyan youth and especially those in the creative sector there was a meeting I do believe was about a month ago where Calligraph Jones one of the biggest artists in Kenya he went and he had a meeting with some of the government representatives and there was supposed to be a conversation that we will see how the people can be helped at the end of the day. And Sister Library, thank you so much for joining us on the show. You're saying hi family, hi to you too. I hope that your day is coming along just fine and we are thankful that you have joined us on the show this particular afternoon. It's actually 12 minutes past 3 p.m. right here in Nairobi. And of course, it's always a delight when we do have people also, the family is checking in on us and just finding out what's going on with the Express Show. We are about just bringing aboard some talent. Today we do have a dancer. She also happens to be a model and she is also involved with other different talents. But for today, we are giving a special focus on also what is happening in the entertainment industry. And there has been one of the most renowned artists. He goes by the name Wizkid. Wizkid is like... there are 3 top artists in Nigeria. There is Davido, there is Wizkid, and there is also Burna Boy. Those are the 3 main artists that are in the game. And if you cannot have a show, when you're talking about getting the cream de la cream, if you might call it the top of the top, you cannot have people. You cannot have their names not being mentioned, either Burna Boy or Davido or also Wizkid. And today we shall be discussing a little bit about what has been happening with Wizkid. Wizkid happened to drop an project yesterday, which is a documentary series. And this has been done in collaboration with YouTube. I don't know, are you a fan of Wizkid, Sheilah? Or any fan of Wizkid? Ama when fan of Wizkid?
Sana Davido.
Davido. So if you to pick moja utapick nani kati ya Davido na Wizkid? Who will you be picking? Davido. What about you? You're going with Wizkid? I see for the people who are with us in studio today, I do see that Zobi says she will be going with Wizkid, well as Sheilah says she will be picking. Why Wizkid?
Okay, I just love is the one thing that I hate about Davido. I remember there was a time that he was being hosted by our TV presenter that was
Larry
Larry Mado,
yeah.
and he got to walk out of the
He's
interview.
not, yeah.
So like he's kinda Madharau, that's money Madharau. Like he's so disrespectful. That is one thing I hated with him.
So you're talking about the personality, not the talent?
Yes.
So talent iko sawa, lakini personality ndio kuna shida nayo.
So come on, even if it's talent, your talent comes along with also your personality. Because if you can address people in such an aggressive way, it means even your music you can aggress.
But the same thing has happened also with Burna Boy. Burna Boy is also known for talking rude to the journalists, the interviewers and stuff.
I'm not even going to explain myself. It's Wizkid. If I were to choose who, it's Wizkid. And if it's between Wizkid and Burna Boy, it's Burna Boy. The giant.
Let me also ask the family on the chat. We are talking about the new documentary series that has been released by Wizkid. And I see Jerome Musiri is with us. He's saying, good afternoon, magnificent people. Good afternoon to you too. I hope Jerome Musiri is not lowering his magnesium levels, because if you're stressing, you're lowering your magnesium levels in your body. I will not be going back to magnesium. But thank you so much, brother, for joining us. And the wonderful, lovely Tanui Bri. Asante sana. Leo angalau umejikakamua, umetupata. Na tunashukuru sana, jua bundles ni ngumu wakati mwingine. But thank you so much for joining us on the show, Tanui Bri, and also Light Bearer. Asante sana. We are loving your company. Tanui Bri says, tune in and loving it. Thank you so much, Tanui Bri. We hope that you shall also be joining us on the Express show sometimes. But I was talking about the new documentary. It has been released, and the title of this particular one is known as A Superstar Made in Lagos. If you are one of the fans of Wizkid, please make sure to go out and check out the YouTube documentary series. It has been produced in collaboration with YouTube. And of course, like the name suggests, it's all about where he started out, his music journey, what he aspires for, and things like that. And he was also at some point, he was also saying on the documentary, me getting signed by Banky was one of the most amazing things that ever happened to my career. It was just an amazing moment for me, man. It changed my life, and I want to thank Banky for understanding the vision and taking me under his wing like his literal brother. And the thing is, in the industry, they always keep on saying that in the industry, unless uko na mtu wa kukushika mkono, ni ngumu sana kupenya kwa industry. I don't know if you agree with me, Sheilah, ama what your opinion on the same. Unaweza penya bila big brother ama big sister mwenye anakushika mkono kwa industry, ama unaona iko vipi? Ni tricky, ni ngumu. For you, do you think someone can only just be self-made and go from 0 to 100?
Okay, somehow agree with you, Spikes. You cannot make it on your own in this industry. Of course, you need 1, 2, 3 connections, but it reaches a point. Maybe the person you're looking up to, they're not doing anything to make a change in your life. Not tu wako hapo wanataka tu, kutengeneza tu jina labda na wewe, but you can also make it on your own, but also you need some 1, 2, 3 introduction. The moment you shop at hizo 1, 2 hints, whenever you're given that introduction of 1, 2, 3 people where you can connect, I think you're able to go on your own, and you can meet along, along, we can go meeting, some helpful people when you're idea in your career. Those will help you in your career. Yeah.
And I do agree, there's some people who might use you for the talent. For example, you're coming up and they realize, oh, this guy is a newcomer in the industry, and he has a lot of talent. And I say, huyu hata nimshikilia, but they're doing it for the sake of benefiting you. Yeah, they're using it for the sake of for the sake of using it. But nonetheless, this is the Express show right here on the Black Hot Fan Network. We are just talking a little bit about what has been happening with Sony Music. Talking about people who might use you. I do understand that record labels might use you. If you're not aware of what you're doing, you will find yourself with a record label and you're signed up to this particular kind of deal. Maybe it's a 360 deal, they will be paying your money. Sorry, go on. There's
one thing that artists do tend to do, when you get into the industry, you're all hyped up, yes, about the money, about the fame, about, the clout and everything, but when it comes to the label signing, it's a whole different story, because you see artists getting so overexcited, or rather showing off whenever they're signed off, or rather signed into a certain, label. But you don't know what you're getting yourself into, because these people, they are owning you. It's like their property. You are owing them whichever music that you're making, the amount of money that you'll be making. Let's say 90% it's theirs, because if they did the production for you, they released the song for you, they did get to shoot the video, maybe the music video for you, all the budget, it all goes back to their pockets. So what are you going home with? What are you going home with?
What the problem is, people want to have the fame and the clout, but
Yeah.
so what has been happening really is that there have been some artists that were signed to Sony Music, and what did happen is that over the years there was a lot of debts, owed to Sony Music by these artists. But recently there has been the forgiving of debt by the artist. They did say that they will be forgiving all the debts by some of these particular notable artists. And the thing is, right now they can get back in the good books and start getting royalties, because if you owe the company, a lot of money, they signed you.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that they sign you, but wewe ndio uko na pesa yao. The thing is happens, they like pay your videos. They pay for you maybe expensive music videos. They do a marketing budget for you, but they are using it because they need to get their money. Ni biashara wanafanya na yeye. They need to get back their own money. So what happens eventually, by the time unaenda kufanya hesabu, you're like, wewe ndio uko na pesa yetu.
Yeah.
And you cannot get any royalties, or you cannot get any money from them having their debts. But there has been the forgiveness of debt. I do know most of these big labels, they have made money off the backs of black people. You find maybe mtu amechoka tu kwa street, alafu unapewa deal kali. But now for you, because you're giving the money upfront, you might be told you're getting 2 million when you sign the contract, and you'll be recording like 6 songs, and the videos will be like maybe 20 videos, and you will be going on a concert on a tour or things like this. But now you have to get upfront, and pay upfront 2 million or maybe 10 million. The thing is, for young people who are coming from the ghetto, and someone comes up to you and anakuambia anapea 2 million or 10 million, hey, una sign your deal haraka.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't know, you're selling your soul to the devil, and that is exactly what will be happening with you, because they will not be going back. They will not be going back. But I was asking, keeping some. Thank you so much. You're saying exactly, Joby. Most of the money goes to the music company and not to you. It has come to make money off you. So what has been happening is that those artists that have been signed to Sony, to the Sony Music, most of them eventually ended up having debts. You're owing to the label, and you're not be getting any money. But they have forgiven them. But I also do believe this is also another smart move. This is a PR move.
Yeah.
I do believe. If you ask me, this is like a PR move where Sony Music
And
is
there's
saying,
also another mistake. Whenever you're given a document to sign, you must be conscious of it.
Yeah.
Some a document, read the document before you sign it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You can even be signing your own death, and you're not even aware of it. So the problem with our artists, or rather, we've seen even the Kenyan Gengeton. The Gengeton right now is failing because of such situation. Because we saw, or rather I saw some artists who rushed in to be signed into some record labels in the name of they thinking they're getting money, they're gonna grow bigger, but ukiangalia sahi wamedidimia.
That's a problem, yeah.
Because they don't have money to support themselves, and you can see
but if the money stops coming in, that's that. If the money stops coming in, where you cannot even have money to pay your house.
So be careful whenever you're signing documents.
And also, you might want to move from 0 to 100 real quick. You are living in a humble kind of a life, life, and then you have been signed, and you move the next. You move pretty fast. Maybe you're living in a small town. Now you want to go to the bigger town, and then rent the bigger house, have the big cars, but you are not really sure how this particular one goes. But there has been a take, which is Sony has signed, has allowed for the debt forgiveness for the artists that were signed before 2000, and of course these are artists who have been signed by the label, and now they are being allowed for themselves to sort of get back in the good books and start getting to enjoy a little bit of the royalties.
I believe Michael Jackson was one of the people who was signed by the Sony.
I'm not sure Michael, he was Sony, but of course the major labels have put up this particular program because they are saying that they will be forgiving the debts on the catalog, on the music catalog of these particular artists. And of course there have been some protests, that have been going on, because it's like Sony Music was holding them hostage. That is the kind of situation, and especially I'm talking about black artists. There is a lot of discrimination even when it comes, and and bias when it comes to the matter of race, even in music. Most of the music has been taken from black people. We call it popular culture. Popular culture is a culture that has been made popular by black people in the first place. And therefore, if you're thinking about making records of pop culture, this money should also be going back to the communities themselves. But nonetheless, that is a little bit of what has been going on. But like I also said earlier, there has been a new project that has come out, the documentary series. and you can also check it out by Whiskey, because it's getting talk about a little bit on the matters to do with the experiences in the industry. And like I also said, we also do have a guest in the studio with us. She goes by the name Sheilah Wamboy.
Yeah.
And we're getting to discover a little bit more about her. Let me ask you something, what are some of the challenges, being a model or also being a dancer, being in the performing arts? Ni challenges gani ambazo umezipitia ambazo unaona hapa hivi hakuendi vizuri? Hizo ndio changamoto ambazo unaona. Wewe kama dancer unapitia, ama wewe pia kama model unapitia, ni changamoto challenges gani ambazo umepitia in the industry for all?
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Ni mob.
Yeah.
But nitasema just like
a few.
Yeah, a few. Okay, like unaweza enda uambiwe like, you know what, tunataka hii outfit. Maybe una pesa. Ukiongelesha hiyo mtu hataki kusikia. So what do you do? Unachana tu nayo.
But are you signed under any agency? Are you coach? That would be the best thing.
Kuna manager. Mosh.
Okay.
Mosh.
Yeah.
So and again, like okay, sahi unapata most of the people, okay, but when you say wamemaliza maybe high school wa tu home, unasikia mimi sasa nataka kufanya modeling. As unapata competition ni more, ni mingi. And then unajua sasa when you upcoming uko tu hapo. Kuna wengine wako huko bigi. Hakuna venye artist utakuja mwambie mimi napisha 10k, alafu enda aone she's better, like amekuwa ni most and all those stuff.
So
yeah, so inabidi tu like umesema time yangu itafika tu hivyo
wow, but that's a good way to look at it. Lakini pia ni pia poa kama wasema hii level yangu ni kama haifiki, then hiyo biashara.
Exactly.
That's the best we say standard to say.
Tikio tunasema hata mimi one day mtu wanta like okay, hakuna venye unaweza like anza boom tu uko juu. Lazima uanze chini, wende ukipanda. Hata imagine hata mtu msego realize ukifika uko juu.
True.
Yeah, because you keep persistent.
Yeah, sure.
You keep persistent.
Hiyo ni kitu unapenda. So unajiamini tu.
But pia kuna watu wanatakeni advantage. They want to take advantage of especially people in the performing arts, dancers, models, singers. They want to take advantage of you because it's a passion. Sometimes you want to do it because it's a passion. It's not really about the money, but now people might come in and want to take advantage of you in that particular kind of respect. And Kid, you're saying that Joby is too damn smart, as she is so right. I also agree with Bree. I also agree with Kid. And Bree, you're saying that most record labels that take advantage because they know you are leaving the industry. So you yourself won't know that you are getting used. You help them grow and build their own brand at the end of the day. 100%. I absolutely get to agree with you. But nonetheless, we shall be getting into a little bit of the music. We talked about Wizkid, and of course we do have one of the best tunes, which is known as Essence by Wizkid. I do know, from the album, we did put out an album which is known as Made in Lagos. And there are a couple of my favorites on this particular project. But I also do believe Essence. Essence is also jamming. If you ask me, Essence is really one of the tracks. And also the lady, her name is Thames. Thames also did put in a lot of work on this particular one. This is Wizkid, and I remember this is the expression right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. We hope that you're enjoying the vibes, and thank you so much.
Say your body talk to me nice. Say now my love you didn't need for your life. Yeah, I love to be like. Say every day together, yeah, day and night. Yeah, if I leave you by, yeah, if you leave I'm strong in your body, baby. Love me your body, baby. As you're whining your body, baby. So crazy. Love me your body, baby. Get me what needs to me. I just wanna let you know. Oh, baby, you don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body. You don't need no other body. Hey, baby, everybody needs to say. No one loves you like that. No one wants you the same way. After the morning, my head wants to come from your loving. I just wanna get you beside me. Give me all you need. Give me all you need. Give me all you. Give me all you need. Give me all you need. Give me all. Make I give you all you need. Every touch you need. Give you all. Make I give you all you need.
Love is a beautiful thing. It's selfless, it's passion. I loved you when I met you. You've been more than just a friend. Not me and my mistakes, but it's love I've ever had. I wouldn't trade you for anything, 'cause love is a beautiful thing.
If love is a beautiful thing, then you're that thing. Beautiful thing. Baby, with you on the way. I'm finally in love with it so like I found my soul. They go you no more get older. I know you want more on it.
And welcome back to the Expo Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. This is your media for the 21st century, and we are excited that you have chosen to join us right here on the show. And of course, we played you a little bit of some whiskey. The name of the song is Essence, and we have also played you a little bit of Tara's Heart. The name of the song is More Than Friends. Like I said, that he is a South African brother. He shall be joining us on Thursday, and we shall be beginning to talk it up as we understand a little bit more about his project. And Zero Mosquito says, hey, if you hear baby baby in the song, they're really really in love. That is Zero Mosquito. Zero Mosquito, I think, you know, when it comes to West African music, you know, and the West African artists, I think they really know how to express themselves and their hearts. You know, they sing their hearts out. You know, you cannot compare. Like I think Kenyans, we are not really that good in terms of our
Kenyans only have the talent of chicken weather. You know,
or
we
even
just say that.
or even singing about parties. For Kenyans, we like to sing about parties a lot.
Yeah, they love parties.
We sing about parties.
Yeah,
but I think for the Tanzania, let me ask you something. When it comes to bongo and Afrobeat in West Africa, of course, Nigeria and Ghana, and Pia bongo to Tanzania, which would you pick if you were to have one playlist for a day, which is either bongo or Afrobeat? What would be your pick for that particular day? And you have to pick one.
Yes. Bongo.
Bongo, you're going to bongo. Bongo, I think bongo is right for you. What do you go
Afro.
with? You go with Afrobeat.
Yes.
That's really nice because at the end of the day, like you said, bongo is more about it's love songs, which is Tanzania, the Tanzanian kind of a sound. If you're looking for Tanzanian kind of a music, they do call it bongo. If you go to Tanzania, you'll find the likes of Diamond, Harmonize. You will find all these other artists in Tanzania singing to the love sounds and the R&B, which is really like you know, the love sounds. But if you go to West Africa, which is Afrobeat, most of the time it's party music. It's also party music, but when it comes to also love music, they also know how to do it really, really nice. And talking about Nigeria, there has been some updates also coming of course, in regards to the matter of Twitter and the Ghanaian people, the Nigerian people. There has been the ban, of course, has continued. The Nigerian government has extended ban on Twitter to public and private broadcasters, and therefore, if you are a government broadcaster or if you are a private broadcaster in Nigeria, you cannot be able to now to go on and use Twitter. So the government has actually, banned against the use of
You know, I was
Twitter.
just asking myself, what if something like this gets to happen in Kenya? Because Kenya is the most known, when it comes to Twitter.
I think Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa, the three of them, they are
The three of
almost
them,
all
but Kenya is the
people.
toppest. Kenya is the toppest when it comes to, people are, when it comes to cyberbullying, when it comes to them, creating up topics or
Kenyans
other
on
things.
Twitter.
Kenyans on Twitter. So I'm wondering if this the same case happens to happen in Kenya. What would they really do?
The problem is, Kenyans, I think there's also the issue of unemployment and also the issue of being idle. I think Kenyans, I do not take Kenyans on Twitter. Most of the Kenyans on Twitter, I do not take them seriously, especially those making memes. I do not take them seriously because some of them are people with nothing to do. For example, right now, if you go onto Twitter and look what is trending, there has been Gilbis. There has been a young lady she just left school, and the thing is, there is a trend on Kenya. If you come the Kenyan Twitter, and there has been a trend of this particular young lady. She was at a party, and I think there was a challenge. Maybe it was a drinking challenge. I think she was challenged to gulp the whole bottle over 750 ml of Gilbis, and almost of the family maybe perhaps might know about Gilbis, which is it vodka or gin? I don't know what
it's
gin.
Gin. Yeah.
So I think she was dared to go and gulp the whole 750 ml of a Gilbis bottle.
Imagine
And
a whole bottle.
She is young. I understand she is 19 years old and she was at a party, but I also blame the people she was hanging out with, because how do you go? It's trending right now on Twitter. And let me also just put it out on one of, I will also be putting this
first
on
I
our...
blame the girl, because if you are responsible, an over 18 person, because in Kenya you're allowed to drink only if you are 18 years and above, if you are an 18 aged person, you have your own national ID, and you have your 7 senses or whatever, how many they are.
5 senses.
For you to reason, how do you, a whole bottle, spike. So we're speaking of a whole bottle of Gilbis, 7 ml. A whole of it, and she's just chucking on it.
No, she just wants to please her friends.
Why?
But the thing is, the same friends who you are pleasing will be at your funeral dancing. Because I've seen memes going around of the same people dancing. That's another funeral. That's another funeral. Do you remember?
I think I've seen one.
There is one of the people dancing.
You're pleasing
at the
people
funeral.
for you to risk your health, because first she's drinking it dry. There's no water. There's no chaser.
Nothing. So what is happening really right there is that there is a whole big situation. And now, of course, I want to share these with the family on our Twitter, so that you can also let me know: is this really peer pressure, or is it lack of a common common sense? Because I think for me it might be the lack of common sense, or it might be even both. In other point, is what either she is not using her right mind, or a few days. Let me retweet this so the public can also get to see what is going on. Please, family, if you are also on Twitter, just check out a Black Hot Fire on Twitter, and you will be seeing this is really wrong. And she almost died, but I understand she is safe. But you might also find yourself when you go and you party.
And they finish. You can see the bottle is just
of course
empty.
they finish it.
Oh my God.
If you are going out to have some good time with your friends, please make sure you have the kind of accompanies people who are using their minds. Because for this
and
particular
for you too.
people who also do care for you. If you have to go and have fun, it doesn't even make a lot of sense. But nonetheless, this is the Express Surety on the Black Furniture. Please find us on Twitter. I have shared the same post on our Twitter. Just search for Black Hot Fire and tell us what are your thoughts on this particular young woman getting to gulp the whole bottle of Gilbis. It's crazy. Even if it was on offer, even if it was free beer, even if it doesn't matter. But the thing is, there is a lack of a common sense, and there is also a lack of friends. These are friends, quote unquote friends, who was also trying to drive her off the cliff.
Peer pressure. And
also peer pressure.
Yeah.
I think it also has to do with the peer pressure.
Peer pressure is also included, because you'll find that, this is a young student. This is just someone
She's 19, I understand she's 19.
Someone who's 19 is literally someone who finished maybe high school a year ago, or maybe a year. I don't know. But that could be peer pressure.
It might be. But getting back to our guest for today, we do have a few more questions for our guest. When you're coming up, you have said you're a dancer, and you also model, and you're also doing other things on the side. But when you're coming up, when you're growing up, you're looking up to them and say, hey, actually they're doing well in the industry. They could be musicians, they could be models, they could be dancers. I'm going to look up to them, and you were liking what they were doing. And even right now, maybe, because for me, I think when I come to look at the industry, I had some people I used to look up to, especially in dance. I think some of them were judges in the Sakata. Kuna mmoja alikuwa anaitwa Boneless. Even till today, if you ever get the opportunity to host a Boneless theater, I'll be looking for him. He's one of the best dancers, and he anaitwa pia Bila Bones, because alikuwa anafanya style yake like Morgan, I call it. You would seem ulikuwa unaona kama hana bones because he was very flexible. His body, he was doing dances. He was very flexible, and I think he was one of the judges on those dance shows. And even till today, he does music. I think we shall be jamming a little bit to some music by Boneless as we continue. But for you, Sheilah, ni watu gani ambao walikuwa wanaangalia na they're doing well hata kama ni kwa entertainment industry? Who are some of those people?
Okay, acha niseme.
Yeah.
Okay, international.
Yeah.
Kuna this girl anajiita Gigi Hadid.
Gigi Hadid, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Because she's a great model.
Yeah.
Now nampenda to like the way she poses, the way she does her thing, and the Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner.
Like, you know, okay, it's just something unaonanga it's see aina kila mtu. Haiko na kila mtu.
Was it forced? Neither ukona ama ukona.
So did you start doing modeling, you know, just a thought, you know, or did you start doing modeling because of the people you are looking up to, or was it something that you really loved, you know, like was it a passion?
Okay,
Ilikuwa vipi? Ilikuwa passion.
Yeah, passion. Like, okay, actually I didn't know. So like I was in high school and okay, Bishtam Bridget, she was like, you know what?
Nasi atien, tafadhali Bridget, you know you're watching nasi leo hata kuongelelea leo. Yeah. Not today's time.
Big one. So Bridget was like, hey Sheila, you know what? Mbona hujafikiria kumodel? Okay, she was like, okay, so we had talent shows, Newsome stuff, and she was like, so you just try. And I was like, ile tu just for fun. And it was bege uko sawa tu. So nilienda na actually nilikuwa number 2, I tried.
Wow.
The first time.
So
that's nice. And is there anything that you do, you know, apart from the, you know,
you are
dancing?
Music. Yeah.
So tutegemee when the studio, going to the studio.
Wacha nitafute tupesa. Sana the economy.
We will be looking also at your talent, you know. Kama unafanya muziki, you shall be doing that. But nonetheless, this is the Express Show right here on the Black Funny Talk. Asanteni sana for joining us. We are getting into a short music break. Like I told you, we do have a Boneless Diaka, and this is one of his bangers. We hope to have him sometimes on the show because I do believe he comes up through with the vibe as well. And the name of the song is "A Superstar," done in local Kamba. You know, it's done in this Afro house, and it's done in Kamba. Please let me know how you feel about this particular jam. Hey, Nasai, no, ni superstar.
Nasiwe superstar, that is my destiny. On our better art, no ginani newali, mimi la vida loca. Mina ni diamonds, Jane silver, nayo mbete ni Eye of the tiger is what I wear on Sunday. Ngalini MW, Jojo Amani, Pate Philippe, that is the watch I'm rocking. Go get it, Laura. No one is superstar. Nasiwe superstar. Nasiwe superstar. Superstar, Kokenga nondo ni star. When are you? When you oh, nani musta? Nasiwe superstar. We got the buff, the number is the bash. Papa nani na bash. Josh nani na tanya. Moka nani na touch. Tena vinci gas nani na wines. Fresh star. a million pesa niliyoketa kwa samba nikota ngingota kota musingo shaking the dance kunga tasimba wenileta kasoka na wikusekanda kusyande mila ketimba karumbeta kosonga kone kosonga yeah I like kosonga I know kosonga kuhina wali kucheza ngoma kone kosonga we love kurumba sisi wa Kenya
we like the song.
And it's so funny, because I'm the only one who's understanding the language here.
I have a little bit of an idea what's going on with that as well. Just a little bit of an idea. It's about the move, because the song is really dancing and also getting to bust a move as well. But yeah, I think he's jamming. I don't know. Whenever I read to people a song,
it is. It's nice. I've heard the first one. The first one that you played. I think I've heard of it. Also on radio.
Superstar.
Yeah, the superstar. It means basically I was born a superstar. I was born a superstar. The other one, I don't know what it basically talks about, but it's spice stuff.
It's good stuff. Afro house, and it's a Kenyan Afro house done with the Kamba language. And I was saying the Kamba is also jamming. They talk about Kamba, and it's also the Kamba have been involved in a long distance trade. When people they could walk, they say that the Kambas really would walk for days. Getting from point A to point B, which is perhaps might even have been to Kemet, to eat it having walked from Kambaland. But thank you so much for joining us on the Express Show. Like we said, we have a wonderful guest in the studio with us. She is a dancer, she is also a model, and she is also a makeup artist as well, and an aspiring stylist. But for today, we shall be beginning to talk about the entertainment industry as well. And of course, let me ask you something. Ukiangalia hii entertainment industry pahali iko, are you seeing kama kuna growth ama what is your opinion on the current state of the music industry? Kuna growth ama imekwama ama inakaa aje entertainment industry mahali iko sasa?
Let me say.
Yeah.
Okay, mimi naona ni kama imekwama sana.
Yeah.
Sana like ukiangalia story na Gengeton and the stuff. Corona. Una like is it a jungle family?
Yeah, jungle kuna Boondocks, kuna Epic.
Ni kama those guys.
Boondocks. These Boondocks.
Okay, I know of the
Boondocks.
Sailors.
These are Sailors.
No, yeah.
The Sailors.
No, that is
the Sailors.
No, that's not the Sailors. That is the Boondocks. The Boondocks is the Sailors.
No.
No.
It's quite different.
No, they're not.
The
Boondocks is the one for X-Ray, Oliwa Muranga.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know the other guys. Yeah.
But kuna venye wamekuwa na changamoto. I think it's either to do with the shows ama pia kukosa the support.
One, I think it's lack of support. Two, management. The management that you have, and also this rushing into the label signing of records and everything, and also lack of kuna ile kukaa chini like a group, and you get to discuss serious matters. Mnaangalia ni wapi mnaenda mbele, where you're going. You look at yourself like where are you heading in 5 years, where you figure yourself as a group. If you see it's not working, you cut it off. So I've seen most of them, they are really like wameachana, like they have cut it off. It's a one person, one artist.